Cyberpunk 2077 released in December 2020 after multiple delays. The game was announced in May 2012 with a short cinematic trailer coming out in 2013. After the success and critical acclaim of The Witcher 3, all eyes were on CD Projekt Red. Also, it was 2020 and people were just looking for something good to happen. I bought the game on release to play on my also brand new Xbox Series X. I don't know if it's because I was playing the last gen version on a brand new console, but I got off pretty lightly with bugs. The only serious bug I had was when I drove my car off a cliff and it floated, but honestly that was kind of fun for a bit until I reloaded and it stopped. I finished the game in around 2 weeks and I haven't played since. This is Cyberpunk 2077, 5 years later. Almost. The game starts out with you choosing your background. You've got Street Kid, Corpo, and Nomad. I think Nomad is the best opening, but I chose Street Kid because I think this is the one that flows into you working with Jackie a bit better. Jackie Wells is your best friend who you meet at the beginning of the game when you're given a job to steal a car. Jackie is also trying to steal the car and you both get arrested and it bonds you for life. Well, you know. You then montage a whole friendship until you're dropped in a mission to rescue a woman called Sandra Dorset. I remember walking out of V's apartment to meet Jackie back in 2020 and I was in awe. I still am at this section because this is so cool. One thing that's been changed since I last played is the balance of combat, and while the game felt easy to me right now, it certainly wasn't as easy as it was on release. This isn't even a brag, I play literally everything on normal, but when I played this originally, I turned it up to hard, then turned it up again, then turned it back down to hard again because I kept dying. So overall, I'm a fan of this change because I don't like playing around with difficulty levels in one playthrough. I did notice that they added a lot of accessibility options too, so that's a big bonus. When I originally played, the police would hang out in certain locations, but they wouldn't chase you and neither would enemies. Imagine my shock when I approached this police scene to see what was going on, and I had the whole of Night City acting like I'm the Peter Pan killer. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I hate the addition of the police chases in this game. The police still hang out in the random locations they did before, so in a couple of missions the police saw the bodies I had caused by hacking, and they flooded the area. It worked out for me because I hid behind a wall and the police took out the enemies in the area and then just left. I feel like the locations of some of the police officers just weren't created for police chases to be a thing. It feels like they should have gone through and removed some of the locations that have a huge amount of police scenes. I can see why people like this change, and the police clearing a mission for me was pretty funny. But I liked the lawless feel of Night City that it had before, where the police didn't care that I shot up a warehouse belonging to a gang. Chases in general don't work for me because the traffic in Night City is still so dead that it feels weird to be walking down the street and a group of voodoo boys in a car suddenly appeared and ran me over. It's so easy to get away, I just keep driving and eventually you lose them, and I like that it's easy to get away because I don't like the chases, but then it might as well not be a thing. I spent a lot of time walking in this game because I really don't enjoy driving that much, and I didn't the last time I played. The cars are like feathers and feel so light, whereas I prefer driving games with a heaviness to them. Also, it was just nice to walk around and be nosy. I was hoping this would be something they changed, but no, I was just sliding around the road like a Ferrari F1 car. Something that hasn't changed is how much I hate V. It feels weird to call this game an RPG because I'm stuck controlling this poser who thought Dexter Deshawn was the big leagues. I honestly feel sorry for Johnny and never liked him more than when he called V stupid for that whole deal. I like to think I would have taken one look at Evelyn Parker and been like, I'm out. She's such a nobody and she wants you to steal from Arasaka. Night City would eat me alive, but I wouldn't fall for this. I know people like the voice acting, but I really can't get on board with how much of a loser you sound every time you open your mouth. I want to be cool. I'm not cool in real life, just let me have this. You could argue that if Yorinobu Arasaka hadn't killed his father right when we were stealing from him, we would have gotten away with it, but I don't see any situation where we walked away from this alive. We were 100% being played from start to finish. The change that confused me the most was the health items. When I first played, I had like 100 of the health inhaler things, which I admit is way too many and didn't help the difficulty of the game. However, replaying the game and finding that you now start with a limit to the amount of health items you have, that you have to upgrade to get more of them, and that they automatically refill boggled my mind. I don't think I hate this change just because of the difficulty, but there's just something about collecting 100 health items that's a feeling that can't be beat. Now I just use the health items because I might as well, because it'll recharge and then I might actually need it. Overall, there's been some improvements, but I kind of liked the game how it was before. Maybe it's a case of first playthrough nostalgia, because I have to admit that I remembered a scary amount from this game. Every character, every side quest, every contract, I knew where the enemies would be and what the end of the mission would be like. It's probably a case of 2020 memory. I had a great time making this hologram dance at his own funeral. I'm playing Phantom Liberty now for the first time, and I was going to make a video on it, but I can't lie, it's been a very frustrating experience with bugs making me have to restart the whole DLC, and falling during this climbing section around 50 times. I'm not in a good headspace to form any decent commentary right now. Thank you for watching. Honestly, after my Sarah Morgan Starfield video, I had absolutely nothing to say and I was panicking a bit, but here we are. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.